You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here.
Okay.
Back in the 80s, kids could come home from school, make themselves a peanut butter jelly sandwich and a chocolate milk, and sit down to a cartoon about space pirates fighting the military-industrial complex. It might be hard to believe, but we're going to prove it. Hello, Jim. Welcome to Code Rad.
Hey, Jason's good to be back here again. Had a very nice weekend in Rehoboth Beach. Got a little sunburn, but doing pretty good otherwise. And how about you? How are things in your world?
Yeah, life is great. I don't think I did anything of too much importance lately. I mean, I have done some things that I haven't done a lot of in recent years, which is go to the movies a few times. We have some interesting summer movies. I know we've both seen Masters of the Universe.
We have, yes, and I was curious to see what you thought of it.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I
too.
I don't care about Masters of the Universe at all. I was a teenager when that show came out. I was into other things I was reading Watchmen and, Alan Moore comic books and stuff, and He-Man seemed like kiddie stuff. So I had no interest in it, but I was in the mood to see a big, fun, fantasy adventure movie. And I thought Masters of the Universe was, great for that. It was exactly what I was looking for. I mean, I think it hit all the beats. It was, kind of had all the heroic archetypes, the humor kind of got in the way a bit, especially the double entendres I thought were a little tacky for a kid's movie. But I mean, those are nitpicks. Overall, super fun, great special effects, a very likable lead and likable characters all around. I didn't even realize until the final credits that Jared Leto was in the movie. I know people really hate him. I mean, I don't really have much of an opinion, but he was fine. I thought Skeletor's voice was pretty cool. So yeah, I don't understand why the movie's such a big flop. Just kids don't care about He-Man, I guess.
Probably not, I guess, because he hasn't been on the air for years. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I had so much fun. It's probably the most fun I've had watching a movie in a long, long time. It was just really so enjoyable. The humor didn't really bother me. Well, the fisting jokes, I thought okay.
Yeah, they were
we get it
much, and
yeah, we get it. We get it. But no, I thought it was the right blend of humor, and
yeah.
I think people said it was too much of a farce, too much of a comedy, but I don't know if the film would have worked either, any other way. I think that's really.
Oh yeah, come on! I mean, it's like, yeah, I was very glad they just did not go like the Game of Thrones route.
No.
Which when I went to the movie theater, I saw a poster and a trailer for this new Robin Hood movie, never heard of before, which looks like they're trying to deconstruct Robin Hood and do it in a Game of Thrones kind of style. It looks horrible. It's just, unless I'm very wrong about this, there's no way I'm going to see this movie. So yeah, a nice, fun, kiddie style adventure with, like I said, great special effects. I won't go into Disclosure Day, which I did enjoy, despite it not being a very good movie. Disclosure Day had some of the worst CGI you can imagine. And I know people talk about, CGI looks bad in general, that it's gotten worse over the last 20 years. And I mean, this movie definitely confirms that. It's like, Spielberg. I mean, did you have your contacts out or something? There's like animated animals in the movie that are some of the fakest looking things you've ever seen. Is like, dude, you did Jurassic Park. How can you come out with this crap? But I mean, despite all that, I mean, everyone hates Disclosure Day. I liked it. I thought it was a fun adventure movie, even though it was very flawed. But I mean, I pretty much loved Masters of the Universe without reservation. Just solid on every every aspect of the filmmaking. So sad that we won't see a sequel.
Well, you never know. You might. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know, but yeah, it doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good, no. But I do like also the nod to Dolph Lundgren. He was in the gym.
That was cool. Yeah. Yeah, it
very
was
much
nice to see
thought.
him.
It's like, oh, sorry. It's like, but I thought that was a
Mhm.
nice little nod. Yeah, I thought the cast was great. And I'm not a big Jared Leto fan, but I think this is a movie that he actually didn't ruin. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, he
Yeah.
actually,
Skeletor
which
was fine. It was. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, he was great. He-Man. There's a guy that I've seen him live. There's a guy that dresses up as Skeletor, and he used to perform at the Trocadero in Philly. But I think now he does shows in Delaware. But he had a gong show where he would come with a full outfit and he'd go silence fools like that. Just the whole.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was
I've heard
great.
of
Yeah.
him, and I think he does do karaoke in Philadelphia again.
Does he? Okay. Yeah, he is
Yeah, I
very
don't
funny.
remember the. Yeah, I don't remember the details, but yeah, that would be entertaining.
Whoever he is, no one knows. Well, he's
Yeah.
Skeletor. He's Skeletor. Yeah, Skeletor.
Yeah. All right. So for the main topic is 80s anime called
Yep.
Captain Harlock and the Queen of 1,000 Years.
Yeah. So let's see. Let me see. I can bring in my slides here. Let's see. Yeah. So unfortunately, we mentioned about kids watching. Getting ready to watch the show. Unfortunately, a lot of cities didn't get this.
Right.
I know. I'm trying to think. Oh, and I was going to say that for those watching, if it aired in your town, just leave a comment. I'm kind of curious, but I know when it aired in Chicago or the Chicago area,
Yeah.
it aired in Atlanta, and it aired in San Francisco. So let's see, yeah, so Atlanta and Dallas also. So yeah, so yeah, a lot of cities didn't get this. I don't remember seeing Philadelphia, and you probably didn't see it in New York. So
No, no, I don't think I ever heard of it before a week ago.
let me go
Let's
back.
see.
Here we go. Okay, so there's Captain Harlock. So yes,
He's got the coolest skull and crossbones I've ever saw.
he does. Yeah, he does. Very cool looking character. Very underrated character. And we'll see. We're gonna get into why. But so Uchu Kaizoku Captain Harlock. So Uchu is space. Kaizoku is pirate. And just a little side note here. When I first started getting to studying Japanese, so the word for family in Japanese is kazoku, and pirate is kaizoku.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the mix. I say, "Oh, how is your あなたの海賊は大丈夫ですか?" And just, oh, I'm sorry. Just I meant to say, how's your family? I said, how's your pirate? So, but they usually most Japanese are very nice and say, don't. It's fine. They thought it was very funny. It's fine. But yeah, Kaizoku is pirate. So created in his manga started by this guy right here. This is hang on a second. Reiji Matsumoto. He was the heart and soul behind Star Blazers or Space
Okay.
Battleship Yamato.
Mm-hmm.
He was the creator of Captain Harlock. Matsumoto is an avid fan of anything that's World War II. And he loves drawing planes. He loves drawing battleships and tanks. So yeah, so this is probably his most famous creations were Captain Harlock and maybe a series we might get into later, Galaxy Express 999.
Okay.
Might get into that at another point, but let's see. So Captain Harlock first appeared in the manga by Matsumoto called Gun Frontier.
Cool.
So 1971. So the manga, the actual Captain Harlock manga started in 1977. And the actual anime debuted in 1978. And it would air in Hawaii during the late 70s and early 80s. I actually used to have old VHS tapes of like the series that was taped from the station in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't come to the mainland until much later. So Harlock had success being dubbed in other countries, but America not so much. First, this company here, Ziv International, they did like other foreign dubs of like I don't know if you heard of an anime called Candy Candy.
No.
They did that. A very girly um, Japanese anime. They did a dubbing of that, an English dubbing. They'd also do Spanish dubs of various Japanese anime, but they did Captain Harlock, and it's really weird. They did an episode like this VHS tape here,
Yeah.
which I think I saw at Sunco, not Sunco, sorry, West Coast Video.
Mm-hmm.
They dubbed episodes 1 and 9. And you're thinking like, wouldn't you do 1 and 2? Which was really, really odd. So
Right.
they
Yeah.
did 1 and 9, and they dubbed it and put it on this tape here. And the translation was very good, but the voice cast was like really, everybody just sounded so monotone and so bored. Like, I'm Captain Harlock. I'm
Yeah.
here to save you from the wolf. It was just so very, very droll. Just like not, it was kind of hard to get excited about the series.
Yeah.
Then they dubbed episodes 2 and 3, and they made it more of like a wacky farce, which is really, really weird. So maybe that could be an episode by itself there, the Zib dub of Captain Harlock. They made it really silly and wacky. They made his voice sound like this, like a really goofy in episodes 2 and 3. So not very successful. Though if you grew up in the 80s and or at a video rental store, you probably saw this tape. But later on, this is Carl Masick. He was an American producer and screenwriter. He was responsible for, you've probably know the name Robotech.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was him. He brought Robotech to America, which is actually, believe it or not, was actually not one, but 3 different Japanese animated series.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because wasn't Megazone 2-3 retitled Robotech at
It was Macross. He got Macross. Southern Cross.
I'm probably getting mixed up about something.
No, I really have to think too right now.
Mm.
Man, you're making me think hard. Yes, Macross, Masapida, I think, and Southern Cross. The 3 series that were made by the same animation teams, they look kind of the same, but weren't. So Robotech was a success, and he thought, well, what else can I bring over the States? The thing was, the reason why he had to get 3 different series for Robotech was, if you had a series in the States during the 80s or 90s, and if you had an animated series and you wanted it to run Monday through Friday, it had to be 65 episodes or more. Because like 13 weeks, 13 times 4, that's so basically every episode would get rerun maybe like at least like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So you could have, so you wouldn't really have to worry about repeats too much. So he bought the rights for Captain Harlock, the 1978 series, like this, right? Let's go back. Whoa, hang on. This one right here. The problem was it was only 42 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, okay, well, so he tried to get the rights for another Harlock series called SSX Base, but Toei really jacked the price up. They wanted a very exorbitant amount of money for both shows, so he was kind of scrambling, and he picked up another series which looked kind of like the style of Cameron Harlock, but the same team, called Queen Millennia, and he basically made 2 series in some kind of very odd Frankenstein hodgepodge. So,
all right.
So the episode doesn't really flow that well.
Yeah.
It's like a quilted patchwork of 2 different shows. And this got me thinking. This wasn't the first time this actually happened. In the 80s, a New York company got the rights to another Japanese animated series called Ashita no Joe, or Tomorrow's Joe, which was a boxing anime, as you can tell here. Yeah, there it is. They're going to call it Rocky Joe.
Yeah.
Rocky Joe, and boxing was popular. Rocky was so popular. Rocky was huge.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, it'd be nice, we'll do a series that's kind of captures the same, essence of Rocky, the underdog, finding his way up. Well, no, they didn't bother to, read the fine print. The main character, Joe, or Rocky Joe, Rocky actually dies in the series, which they apparently had no idea.
Jeez.
So that they held off. But you think, wouldn't you, like this here, like, the 42 episodes of Space Pirate Captain Harlock, wouldn't you look into that before buying it? Like, I'm
Yeah.
very puzzled why, so he had to go and get two different series that had nothing to do with each other, but still kind of, mesh them together in one series. So yeah, so there's more tales of that, an American, company buying a series but knowing very little about it.
Mm.
But you figure, wouldn't you look into it? I don't get it.
Things are different in the 80s.
I guess, yeah. So Rocky Joe never got. It was going to be shown on HBO, but that never happened. So Rocky
Okay.
Joe would have to have a story told elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
Have
that's really.
Rocky Joe show after Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, kids loving dying boxers and
Yeah.
bleeding and cutting. It's like, yeah, kids will love it. Rocky Ear's dying. There's really much to say, but he's just dot. It's kind of sad that the guy standing over looks so happy. He's like, oh, I killed him. I killed him. Cool. You think, yeah. So definitely not for kids. I got to apologize, folks. I didn't really do. Normally here's where I do a bunch of slides, but it was so convoluted, the whole thing, is that I didn't really know where to start. So the story just doesn't really. I think what I will do is put like a link to where you can watch the episode 1. But it's just so convoluted and a mess
It's not
that just
defined. It's not that easy to find.
no.
And it's a very interesting show. It's I think it'd be of interest to grown-ups who are into sci-fi and stuff. It's a dystopian future. I thought it reminded me of V for Vendetta. This
Yeah, I can see that.
loner. I mean, he's not really a loner, but there's one guy who's out there fighting this this massive evil government, which they just went they didn't even in the American translation they just went with military industrial complex.
Exactly. Yes.
Kind of hilarious. And yeah, it's I mean, the first episode kind of felt like the first third of a movie. It just kind of ends. There's kind of an ending where Captain Harlock escapes from the bad guys who capture him, but there's still the action is still going on, and it's I assume it's a very serialized show.
Yes, it's just kind of hard because so basically this show, Captain Harlock, takes place in the year 2977.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Millennia takes place in the year 1999. So it just doesn't really
right.
Also, some more personal things I was going to share was that 1991 I found all the episodes of Star Blazers. There were bootlegs, but I found them all on, and I was looking for more, and I found a friend through a fan club in Burlington, Anthony, and I was, after Star Blazers, I still wanted more. So I was trying to find something else, and he goes, well, my friend Anthony said, have you heard of Captain Harlock? And I said, I knew the name, but I knew very little about it. So at the time, a comics company called Eternity was making a Captain Harlock American comic series, which is actually was really good.
Oh yeah.
And it went on until 1992, I think. I think Eternity became Malibu.
Okay. I remember Malibu Comics.
But the problem was they got a cease and desist letter from Toei before, because apparently they never had they thought they had the rights to Captain
Right.
Harlock, but apparently they
Okay.
really didn't.
Yeah.
So one for like 4 years, they're making this comic for, thinking they had the rights to it, and they never did.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of very kind of crazy. But yeah, it's a shame. So it was very good. I think Tim Aldred was behind it, I believe. But it was a very well done series. And they can get away with more violence in the comic book. But yeah, what I hope to do sometime is that. Oh, so I'm getting off track here. So I found a year later in 1992, I found a bootleg of the first 4 episodes of Captain Harlock in the Queen of a Thousand Years, and I watched it and I thought, okay, this is it's kind of cool. I was happy to find anything because back then it was so hard to find anything of Captain Harlock animated, which is so rare.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm watching the episodes, I'm thinking something doesn't seem right. So 2 months later, I went to another convention and I found the first 7 episodes of the Japanese series subtitled, and it was so much better. So
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that will make an episode for another time, and how much better it is. It's so much better, so much
And what's the original name of the show that doesn't have the other stuff spliced in?
better. Space Pirate Captain Harlock.
Okay. Yeah, and then I mean, there's all different Captain Harlock series, right?
There is, or there were. There was it's weird. There was Space Pirate Captain Harlock. There was SSX Base, which is pretty good, but that's basically how it goes is that TV series first in 78, and I think 1981 or 82, Matsumoto made a Captain Harlock feature film called Arcade of My Youth, which is really good. I think you should check it
Yeah.
out. It's really, really good. And then after that, from that movie, came another TV series called SSX Base, which was like 21 or 22 episodes, which was also very good. So, but we never saw that here. So,
Yeah, I watched the first episode of a series which is Captain Harlock, like
oh,
reenact, like in
oh,
a
Saga.
adaptation of Wagner's Ring Cycle,
Okay.
which is which kind of similar to the Ulysses 31. You take a classic mythological story and you put in a bunch of spaceships and stuff, and yeah, it was. I liked episode 1. It was pretty cool.
Maybe I should revisit that, or maybe revisit the original, the real series, the Japanese series, sometime.
They ever do a live action Captain Harlock?
Unfortunately, no, they didn't.
That would be cool.
It'd be great. Yeah, it'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
They definitely could do it. They did this, a CGI movie, which is kind of looks like live action, but it's not. Bear with me a minute here, folks. I got it on my shelf here somewhere. Come on, I know you're there. I don't see it.
The trials and tribulations of a Captain Harlock collector.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that's Shin Godzilla. Here we go. They did this. If you can see it, it looks live action, but it's not.
Oh, yeah, that does look pretty cool.
Yeah, film. So yeah, sorry, folks. But yeah, it's a shame. I think that I was going to say that I think Captain Harlock never really got that great of an exposure in America. He was popular in France. He was popular in Quebec. They named him Abattoir, I think Abattoir, which means albatross. It's like, very popular in Italy. I have somewhere. I've got a bendable figure from Italy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because in the 90s you could find Captain Harlock stuff, but either it's from Spain or Germany or Italy or France but yeah, all those countries had a very pretty decent following. But here, it's all because that other countries are more accepting of series that were under the 65 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot imagine this show playing to middle America in the 80s. I mean, it's a very dense story. You have to pay attention to, I mean, adult cartoons were not a thing in America I mean, I don't
Not
know if
really.
they ever were.
No.
So
Yeah,
yeah, the kiddies. I don't know if how much kids would like that. It's I wonder if they had to add in the narration. There's narration in this episode. I don't know if
there's
that
a
was a
lot.
part of the original Japanese, but yeah, you need the narration to keep up on what's going on, follow the story. And I don't know if narration is very much a thing for, kids cartoons to
Not really,
have
no.
to
I mean,
follow the action that way. So yeah, it's not really surprising to me that it didn't catch on, but it's a cool character and
oh, very, very, very
definitely
good.
could find an audience. Probably has. I mean,
Oh yeah,
probably has
yeah.
found an audience in America today, amongst anime fans.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, they played in very few cities and played in really weird, like 7:30 in the morning, like really weird time
Yeah,
slots. But I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Dallas, Chicago, and San Fran, those three. Oh, and Atlanta, those four. So
yeah,
any folks out there, if it aired in your town, let me know because I'm kind of curious. But yeah, as far as Philly and New York, nope, never did. Um, I think I would have liked it as a kid though, and just thought it was something different. It looks very cool. I do know. I think later on in the series we do see a little bit of blood, which for a kids cartoon back then was very rare.
yeah.
And also, I did see one episode. It's like playing, and then episode just cuts off, and it goes, "We'll be right back with Captain Harlock after." And
Yeah,
it's just like, what happened? So
yeah,
it's just really it was handled very poorly. I think what happened with is that they had so little time to adapt. They had a schedule, so they kind of. I think
yeah,
they really didn't have a good translations. I think a lot of it was ad libbed. They had,
yeah.
they kind of like guessed, okay, what do you think is happening here, and just kind of
Uh-huh.
guess,
Mhm.
fill in the blanks. But yeah, so not a very. I hope maybe one day we can review the Japanese series because you'll see it's a lot better.
Yeah, it's a good idea. And so that
Yeah.
is the twisted tale of Captain Harlock getting spliced together with a completely unrelated show to
Yep.
be to come to children's houses in the 70s and 80s in very limited locations in America.
Yes.
So thank you, Jim. That was most enlightening.
No, thank you, sir. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We will be back next week.
Yes, indeed.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye. Bye for now.